Hello, welcome to another Lorcana deck tech and gameplay video. I'm Abioyo. Today we're going to be talking about kind of uh, the new hotness of Ruby Emerald Evasive. This is very much a aggro deck, and so you really want your curve to be very low for those who are new to trading card games. When anybody talks about your curve, they're talking about what does the graph of your costs look like? And that is, as an aggro deck, you want most of your cards to be cheap and very few of your cards to be expensive. So let me go through the breakdown here. In the ones, we've got Minnie Mouse, Always Classy, and Sergeant Tibbs. You just want as many of the one drops as you kind of can. You don't want to like overload too much, or I guess you kind of do, but I couldn't think of what to get rid of for, what would the other one be? Duke of Wesselton. So right now I'm just running Minnie and Sergeant Tibbs, and the reason I'm running Minnie instead of both of the tutus, both of the goons, is because steel is very popular right now, and so having that extra point of toughness against grab your swords has been quite important, or extra point of willpower. Also of note in the ones, I've got Shield of Virtue. I'll bring that up here in a second, but those are the ones. The twos, I've got Cruella de Vil and Flynn Rider and Tamatoa. Again, Tamatoa kind of acts as what's called a curve filler, in that I just wanted to make sure I had enough 2-cost cards, low-cost cards in general, and I picked Tamatoa because, again, it had the highest willpower in these two colors to kind of get around all of the steel that's running around. Cruella's okay. Flynn Rider, of course, is great. In the threes, I've got Cheshire Cat, which is okay also. But Jasper, which has been tricky. I like him. And Peter Pan as our first evasive. I've gone kind of all in on the evasives using Peter Pan. I don't see that a lot in these. Maybe that's bad because, again, grab your swords can just get rid of it quite easily. But I thought having cheap evasives was important. In threes, I also have Mother Knows Best, our only song. I've only got 6 pieces of interaction. I'll go over those when we get there. Our fours are Tinkerbell, and just another evasive, and Pongo, again, just evasive. The fives, however, are important. We've got Cusco, so this is arguably one of the best cards in the deck. It's also the most expensive, for a reason. But this is why we have the Shield of Virtue here. If you have not seen before, Shield of Virtue plus Cusco makes him almost unbanishable. He has Ward, so you can't target it with like Dragonfire or Smash or anything like that. And if you ready him every turn with Shield of Virtue, then he also can't be attacked or challenged. So the only way you can get rid of a Cusco with that combo going is to have a couple of Grab Your Swords, or like Grab Your Swords plus the large Tinkerbell, Giant Fairy, or Be Prepared. That's kind of the only way. It's very, very good. We also have 2 Mad Hatters and 2 Goofies. I wanted some extra evasive, but I also wanted some card draw, so that's why I'm doing this 2-2 split here between Goofy and Mad Hatter. And then I've got 2 Genies. I just love this card. I kind of wish it were better. There's actually a world where we just don't play any Genies, but I could not bring myself to do that. I love him. He's my favorite Disney character. Couldn't help myself. And just, it is good. It's 3/4, it's evasive, it returns one of their characters to their hand. It can be a very good finisher. I've definitely won games that looked like I was going to lose, but I just was able to play him, get rid of whoever of their characters had the highest lore, and then I ended up winning the race. I would end up winning the race. So then we've got our actions and songs again. So Dragonfire and Mother Knows Best. I've seen a lot of people running Mother Knows Best, some people not. They're not running any interaction whatsoever. I feel like every deck, even aggro decks, should have some kind of interaction. Dragonfire is just so good. Its best target is probably like the Big Tinkerbell, because Big Tinkerbell is a great way for the steel decks to get rid of your evasive creatures. If you have just, one of these things like a Tamatoa, but also a Pongo, then they can challenge the Tamatoa and deal 2 damage to the Pongo, and then they also would have dealt 1 damage to it already when they played the Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, I think is what it's called. So Big Tinkerbell is definitely a problem. Dragonfire is a clean answer to it. Mother's Knows Best is, you know, it's cheaper. That's why I like having this 3-3 split. I did a couple of games where I had 4 Dragonfire and no Mother Knows Best. I found that that was A, not enough interaction altogether, and B, all my interaction was too expensive. So I like having 6 pieces instead of 4, and half of that being cheaper. So this is the deck. The other thing I like about it I want to point out is it is relatively cheap. I say relatively if you look at like the rest of my decks. They're all in the 300 range. But that one's a clean $94. So that's the deck. Let's get to some of the games. Let's see here. What you're looking for again is you're just trying to plan out your first turns. Turn 1 we can mini. We don't have any turn 2s. Then turn 3 we have a wealth of options. Usually a thing to do, just go ahead and ink any of, or mulligan, any of the uninkable cards. See, now we got some 2s. Perfect. I'm going to keep the shield because I might want it for my Cusco combo. I've got all these 3s, so we could probably ink one of them. And I think the weakest one is Peter Pan. So, or you could ink one of these 2 Cruella de Vil's. Maybe I should do that. I kind of like always inking the more expensive card when I have like a wealth of options. Just because I never know if I'm going to want to play like 2 spells or 2 characters in a turn. Okay, so now I want to prolong my option. This is where, again, I only have one option here. I'm playing a Cruella de Vil, right? So I'm just going to play it. Whereas on turn 3, I still don't know if I'm playing Cheshire Cat or Jasper, and so I want to extrapolate as much information as possible before I make that decision. So that's why I did not ink one of these, because I didn't know what I would want. All I've seen so far is 2 Robin Hoods. And see, now I can either shield plus Tamatoa, which doesn't seem very good. Let's go and quest while I'm thinking. I'll probably just quest or ink the Tamatoa and play either probably Cheshire Cat. Again, I'm aggressive. I went first, so I'm just trying to like maximize my lore potential. That is what I would like to do. This is kind of a when in doubt type thing. The ways I would get punished is if they end up being like red and they have Be Prepareds. But that would be it, because like look at this. This is pretty good against steel. They're all 3 toughness, or 3 willpower. I keep saying toughness. Viewers are gonna have to forgive me for that. By the way, I play a lot of Magic, so strength and toughness yeah, strength and toughness are what I'm used to. Okay, so Mickey I do not care about. Let's quest. And now, I know I'm playing Pongo. Do I just ink the Jasper? Because again, then I'm still kind of worried that this is being steel. I don't know what gets paired with blue the most often. But, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ink the Flynn just in case. I feel like Flynn is just much easier to get answered than Jasper in general, no matter what the opponent is playing. So again, all I'm worried about is Be Prepared. Okay, so they're playing yellow. Or amber. Which is great news for me. And there's that. So maybe I just ink the Jasper now. Play the Goofy. That seems pretty good. Because I don't have to worry about any kind of what we call, again, magic term, mass removal. Those are cards that get rid of everything. That's your Be Prepareds, your whole new world, or Grab your swords. I think this is going to be a pretty easy win. And this right here, this is what people often will... They think of these aggro decks as just, like, kind of brainless. Because stuff like this happens. I mean, look, I just played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turned him sideways every turn. Didn't pay any attention to what my opponent was doing. But I mean, think about it, though. That's not strictly true. I was constantly paying attention to what my opponent was doing. And see, now I can return something... Oh. I think he thought that was going to banish it, perhaps. Not so much. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, No, I don't. Okay. So again, I don't have to worry about anything, really. I'm just gonna kind of do my thing. Again, the only colors we worry about are steel and ruby. So if they are neither of those, then I can pretty much do whatever I want. Hooray. Alright, well, that was pretty easy. Here's the thing, let me talk about this for a second, right? Because I fight this fight constantly in Magic. People think of aggro decks as brainless, smooth brain, easy to play. It's kind of true. That's why they're so accessible, that's why newer players tend to pick them up, which, by the way, if you're a newer player, I highly suggest this deck. It's great. We will, again, just mulligan the uninkable cards. Everything else is fine. The only time I would ink like something else is if I had no 1s or 2s, because I really want some of those. So if that were the case, I would probably like try to ink some more things in order to get one. But what I was saying is, yes, you can... I think this is the same person. Play out your things and not really paying attention to your opponent when you're playing an aggro deck. So if this is the same type of deck, then is Mad Hatter gonna be bad? I mean, no. This is gonna be a strange one where these Jaspers might actually be good, right? Because now they're going first, and they had a turn 1 play. So let's get rid of Mini and play Mini. This will actually be a perfect opportunity for me to kind of showcase what I'm trying to get across here. Aggro decks can be very easy to play, and you can definitely get wins with them, but in order to win tournaments with them is much, much, much more difficult, in my opinion. You actually have to think things through. Being able to squeeze that tiny little incremental advantage against the players who know how to play against aggro decks makes all the difference. That's a 2-5. Yeah, see. So I am just gonna like throw my things to the wind now. Throw caution to the wind here. The thing that would worry me the most right now is probably like Rapunzel would be very annoying. Much as me quest for 1. Now, if the opponent is smart and they want to get rid of the Cruella, they'll do it before playing any creatures. Characters. Because if they challenge it, then... or if they banish it, then look at my options. I mean, I get to return a Smee, which I don't really want to do, or one of the Stitches that has... oh, see, that's not good. Okay, no, he's questing. Not challenging at all. I don't know. That's super interesting. Super duper interesting. Because they didn't do that, right? What I can do is I can quest with Jasper, make it so that can't quest, which means she's not going to be able to support with it. I can then quest with this, and they're in basically the same boat. because this can only challenge that profitably, and then I get to return something back. Yeah. So, ink this. Play this. Just quest. And yeah, if we target that, then they can't support. How great is that? See, like, this is a great example, right? They've got more characters, excuse me, than I do. We're tied on the lore front. Yep, so I thought was gonna happen. And now I'll probably... Do I even bother? I can just say no. That at least forces them to either use an ink or just get rid of it, yeah. I don't like that one. That's definitely going to be a genie target. So let's get rid of Tibbs. Play Hatter. Again, I'm still ahead on lore, so like I win this race, right? Yep. What are they getting back? What would they get back? Just a Stitch? Sure. So this is where hopefully Genie is going to be quite good. Because I can return... Ooh, or do I just do that? Huh. Now this has gotten interesting. No, I think that I just ink this. Play this. Turn that. Yeah. Quest. And then when they play it back out, I can Dragonfire it. They can only challenge the Mad Hatter. They can't get rid of my Genie or Pongo, not without a Let It Go or a Big Hades. Sure. I mean, that's not ideal. I don't like them drawing two, but okay. Again, we're still quite ahead on the lore. Yep. And I can't trade with the Hatter without challenging it twice, and I get to draw 2 cards. I mean, come on. This is just fantastic. I've got all these evasives. A cheap card would be great here. Anything that costs 2 or less, because then I could play one of these and like, ooh, see, just a little thing called perfect. Where are we at here? Yeah, we both are at 4. So we'll just do this and this and this. Here, you can have evasive. And this. And now I win next turn, unless they have Let It Go or Big Hades. Starting to think maybe I should take back what I was saying, because this is another game where I just played my stuff. Well, again, it's not strictly true. I had that choice of Dragonfiring Maleficent or returning it, and I chose to return it. That way I also kind of progress my board a little bit, as it's called. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got the combo, but that's never enough for me to keep the uninkable. I'll keep the shield, but I'll get rid of the Cusco. I've got 4 in the deck, so yeah. See? I went from having 3 uninkables to 2, which, by the way, let me mention, I really strived to not go below 12 uninkables in this deck. I really wanted to keep the count high. Let's see, normally I would get rid of this Goofy, right? Because I've got this Cusco that I'm definitely going to play on 5. But I also have all these 2s Although maybe I do keep them because I have nothing to do on turn 4. So like the idea is going to be turn 1, turn 2, or probably turn 2, turn 3, and then turn 4 I got nothing. So I could play both the 2s. So let's do that. And then turn 5 Cusco. Now, of course, that hinges on me drawing inkable cards. But who knows, maybe I'll draw something better to do on turn 4. So again, we've got Steel going on. That's gonna be annoying. What's better in this match? Cruella or Tamatoa? Probably Tamatoa, because they have a lot of 3 strength stuff. So let's ink the Cruella. Let's play the Flynn. And say go. So I'm a little worried about Big Tinkerbell. Excuse me, Big Tinkerbell would be an issue. In fact, there is a world where... So, like, hear me out here. Cover my mouth, sorry. I want to play Cheshire Cat. If they go Big Tinkerbell, they challenge Flynn, and then deal 2 damage to... It deals 1 damage to everything, including the cat, and then challenge, discard a card. It deals 2 damage to the cat, and I have no creatures left. So that seems bad. So instead, let's play... I want to play the Tamatoa, which makes me want to play Sergeant Tibbs, but then it's kind of the same idea. Alright, let's do this. Let's ink the Cruella. Let's play Tamatoa. Let's play Sergeant Tibbs. That might be wrong. But I feel like if they had exactly Giant Fairy, Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, and I play the Cheshire Cat, it's so bad. The other option, see, look at this. The other option would have been I could have played the Cheshire Cat and just not quest it. That was another option. But hey, look, I'm really glad. Oh. That's actually pretty good for me. Yeah. Huh. Gosh, what do I do? We're definitely questing them. If they want to challenge it, they can challenge it. Knock yourself out. I kind of want to... I really want to make sure I had an inkable card on top. Because I really want to Dragonfire this. That's the big thing, right? I mean, I'm just going to ink this, play the Pongo, be cost efficient, when in doubt. Using up all of your ink is usually the best thing to do. But I could certainly get punished here. I mean, first of all, their hand has been absurd, right? That's exactly what they want to do against this. I'm going to be extremely surprised if I win. They had this into the Tinkerbell, into the Big Tinkerbell, and the Big Tinkerbell was able to sing Grab Your Swords. I mean, could not have drawn it up better. Basically perfect. Okay. Awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. Now my Pongo is at least safe for a while. Now they have to play the fair game. They also haven't been inking anything. They're only at 4. The other great thing about this against this Amber Steel Songs deck is it's very good against Whole New World. Because you just dump your hand really quickly. So I kind of hope they play it here. Another Grab Your Swords would be bad. Yep, that's probably going to find one. Am I right? Oh, it whiffed! Man, I'm getting so lucky with this aerials. I don't think people are putting enough songs in their Amber Steel decks. Alright, so we should be good to go. We just play this. Do this. We're winning this race. We've got the combo. They have to have to grab your swords in order to defeat a Cusco now. Excuse me. Oh, they're getting back. Tinkerbell. Boo! Boo, I say. Wait, what? Oh, they sang it. Well, like I said, boo! That's actually not good at all. Now I might lose the race. Because what they got? They're on a 2-turn. Whereas I go to 10, and then they go up, and then yeah, so I think I lose. Man! They had such a good draw. That was just bonkers. And they were able to get the Tinkerbell back for free. God. What a draw. Tinkerbell. I don't think I can win. Alright, let me think, right? Because they're going to go to 15. I'm going to go to 10. And then I have to be able to get rid of just the Tinkerbell. Well, my Jasper will make it so something can't quest, so that's nice. I kind of want to get rid of something, but I can't. Not without risking this. If I double challenge Prince Eric, then they get rid of it with, like, a thing. I think I just have to do this. Hope for the best. I mean, I don't think I can win no matter what I do. Yeah, I can't beat what is arguably the best deck right now with the best draw. And even had the beast. And so now, even if I shut off one of their things with Jasper, it doesn't matter. Can I draw anything that would help? I don't think so. So, like, I can shut off the Tinkerbell, make it so it can't quest. But then I can't destroy anything, and he'll have 2, 4, 5, and I can't do anything. Yep. Can't do anything. Well. Can't beat the best draw. Alright. Well. Let me do some musing over here for a second. Because I definitely like this deck a lot. I like having the interaction. I think it's a very good deck, especially for beginners, because again, you can kind of just turn stuff sideways in order to win. I mean, there's not much to say about it. You just play evasive creatures, hope they can't deal with it, and if they can, then, you know, GG's. But I do like it, and I think that it can get way better. I think this is one of the better aggro decks, just because it has game against other aggro decks. And it makes things so difficult. Evasive is so good, to the point where you might want to consider like getting rid of maybe the Mad Hatters for some goofies. Get some of those extra evasive creatures in there. Anything, go up to 4 goofies. Anything that might help. But otherwise, I think the deck is definitely good. Maybe the Shield of Virtue is just a little too cheeky with the Cusco. I like that idea, but I don't know. I think it's fine enough. I mean, it's only 1 cost and it's inkable, and you're definitely playing the Cuscos anyway. They're great. So I feel like you might as well. yeah, I'm very happy with this. I like the options that I've made. Cruella's probably maybe one of the weaker ones, but again, you don't have many good 2-cost creatures, characters, so just play with what you got. Tell me what you think of this in the comments. Tell me what you think of just aggro in general. And hopefully I will catch you in the next video, but until then, stay safe.